What happens when three buffoons give life advice, explore unrealistic situations, and give random topics more thought than they probably deserve? It's the Spitballers Podcast with Andy, Mike, and Jason.
A-boo, a-hoo, you thought it was true!
All right.
I'm doing my best over here, man.
It was a little simple. I mean, it's cool. It's cool, man.
What do you need, like a bratita poop?
No, I just feel like you weren't as I don't think you were into it while you were doing it, as into it as you've been before. That's all.
A badingy really would have brought that home for you.
Thank you.
But
That's
I
all
can't
I'm
do
saying.
that. Yeah, but then you would be, you just stole my line.
Mm-hmm. Mike would have to literally pay the fee that Andy charges on badingis. So that would I don't blame Mike there.
What's the going rate? What's the going rate on a badingi?
If you want to sublicense it for this actual show, it's only $500.
Oh, I was expecting something more along the lines of a carton of milk, like $1.25. This is a very pricey badingi.
Yes, the demand is higher than you'd think on badingis. Welcome into the Spitballers, episode 180. Is that true? That's too much. That's too many. Too many
Let's
episodes.
just start counting down now.
Oh,
you know what
to
I mean?
the end. Count it down to the end.
Just next episode's 179, and then
and we'll eventually get negative.
We'll get to our first ever episode. About 179 episodes from now.
I thought that was a novel idea to count down to your final show. Like you just call it now. Like you count down, and when you get there, you get there, and then you're done.
That. Well, let's say we will do 1,000 shows.
And then count it back down? Count
it down from here to where that would be true.
That's enough. Yeah, that's plenty. We have Would You Rather on today's show, life advice. We dispose of some wisdom. Is that what it is? Dispose of some wisdom?
Yeah, well, for us it is. No, that's not the correct thing, but we are disposing of wisdom. We are throwing it right in the garbage.
What was I trying to say?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's
out. See, now you're too.
There's a phrase, dispose some wisdom. That's not it.
That sounds like throwing wisdom in the garbage. I'm going to dispose of this.
Yeah, I'll figure it out. We also are drafting facts that we thought were real. Like there's a lot of things. I've really discovered this the older I get. Things you grew up believing, and then you actually changed your behavior on for your life. Mm-hmm. For some of these things, you lived a certain way because of facts that aren't facts.
Yeah, I literally in preparing for this episode, I learned a whole lot. But there were two different things that I was reading. It was like I said that this week. I literally this last week said one of these things to my children as a fact, and I just learned that not true. Yeah, I mean, I won't correct myself
By the way,
to my kids, but
it was dispense. Okay, I wanted to dispense some wisdom, like it's being dispensed. That's the phrase.
Instead, you threw it right away.
Yeah, Al is saying it's impart.
No, Al is guessing.
Well, you can
I'm
impart
saying
wisdom.
That is a saying. Imparting some wisdom is a thing.
As is dispensing some wisdom.
You dispense justice, not wisdom.
And gumballs.
Yeah, I think more gumballs. When I think of a dispensing, it's definitely got a quarter in that machine.
Wait. Could we make a gumball machine but it's just like a little fact that comes out?
So what you're saying is
sure,
you
Mike,
want
that's
a
not
fortune
that
cookie
special.
gumball machine.
Right, yes.
You're acting like you just invented electricity here. I mean, I think this is pretty easy to do. Don't they have gumballs with like a fact on them?
No, I don't
on the
think so.
gumball?
Eat this ink. Just eat it. It'll be fine.
You have Valentines that have the words on them. You act like you can't eat something that has phrases on it.
I feel like to get words on a gumball, you have to print it on top.
I promise you there are gumballs with things printed on them. I'll bet my life on that one.
Man, that is a risky proposition.
Spitballerspod.com.
That's also a really big gumball. Like to get an
War
entire
and Peace
sentence.
is written on it. Yeah.
It was the best of times.
I'm sorry. Let's move on. Let's go to Would You Rather.
Would you rather?
Would you rather on today's show. First question comes in from Austin. I was busy just staring at the screen here. Today we are remote recording the show. And so we are on Zoom. We're on our cameras. And we are at 3 completely different color temperatures. Jason is green, and there's nothing he can do about it. He's got a green, cool hue to him.
I
Mike,
mean, this was on purpose, so
He's just
To look
going for a
green?
Hulk.
yeah, I wanted the back wall to be green.
well, and it's more than that. But and then I'm very orange. I'm just too orange. And Mike, you're looking the best. I think you're looking the most normal. But it's
I
you know.
feel like I'm in like a Walmart.
yeah,
Just
that's fair.
fluorescent light beating
Fluorescent,
down
yeah.
upon
That-
me.
That's what he said. Normal. Like when we think about Mike, we're like
You think
people
of
of
me as
Walmart. Yeah, I mean,
Oh, no.
look.
Are you bodying some Walmart here?
I mean, I don't think you have to.
yeah.
That's not something like you don't body bag Walmart. You body bag someone by referring to Walmart.
Okay, all right.
I'm not saying I don't go there.
Right. Everyone does. It's like McDonald's. Oh, sure, you've never eaten McDonald's. We know it's crap.
What's crazy is I just recently heard people talk about this. This is why I brought it up because they were debating Walmart and Target.
Oh,
As though
Target's
this
so
was-
much better.
Right, but that wasn't the vote. That wasn't the outcome for this person.
What was the the
vote
basis
was-
of the vote?
Which store is cheaper?
Which do you like more?
What?
No, and someone said
Yes.
Walmart.
And it was Walmart. And I thought this was like saying, do you like a fast food steak versus a steakhouse steak or something? Like those
Yeah.
wouldn't be a normal debate because yes, you pay more for stuff at Target, but because you pay more, they clean the store. That's the fun. They actually mop the floors and they wipe the counters because you've chosen to pay more money. I thought that's how it worked.
And they're like, I've found the employees at Target to always be delightful. Like they're very helpful. And at Walmart, I mean, you get greeted when you walked in, but
There's a
that's-
dress
The greeters
code.
are actually delightful. The greeters are very
Yeah.
nice. I'm glad that they have jobs.
Now they're just there to stop people from stealing, though. That's the real thing, right?
Walmart doesn't care.
Oh yeah.
Well,
they
what's the
just assume
greeter
you're
for?
stealing. The
They're not
greeter is-
greeting you to make you feel good.
No, I genuinely think it's a service to the elderly. Like, I'm not even making a joke. I actually
Okay.
think that what they have done, and maybe they have just decided we want to employ those people that are 80 plus years old that are looking for work. There's not a lot of jobs out there for them, and the Walmart greeter is one. And therefore, they don't care about theft. That old lady is not coming after you. I promise. Just keep walking.
Are
Would
you
you go do
prepared?
that job? Would you
Would
do
I
that
be a-
job later?
No. Oh, no. I'd be a Target greeter, though.
If you'd be the first Target greeter?
I'll just do it. They won't pay me.
Pro bono.
I'll just
You ever-
throw the red shirt and khakis on. Hey, what's up? Welcome to Target.
I've done the accidental red shirt and khakis like twice
Oh.
when I went to a Target, and it doesn't take long.
That's always been a Best Buy problem for me. I'm more of a blue shirt guy.
Right.
If you wear a blue polo in Best Buy, you work there. And I do. If someone asks me for something, I will 100% walk them around the store and help them find the product.
I have always wondered how long you could fake work at a place. Like if you show, because most employees are not the managers, right? They're just all on the same level. They're all employees. There's turnover. There's new hires. How long could you just put the clothes on and work at a place until somebody stops you?
Like name tag and everything?
Just go to the back. You can go in the back to the inventory, start pulling stuff off the shelves, give people advice. I mean, you can't check them out at the register. I know that would not work.
That's actually a really fascinating question. Like if you went and got an official Best Buy shirt and name tag, like you're fully going row. You walk in and you just tell the people that you work there now. You're a
Yeah.
new hire.
Right.
I used to be a manager of a Best Buy. Even the manager would not be positive that, I haven't met this person yet. You could 100% work there. Now, you're not going to get paid. So that's, I'm not sure why you would do this. But if you are just looking for a job, maybe that's how you get a job, is you just go and start doing it. You work there for 2 weeks and then you go to the manager, you go, hey, I don't work here, but I'd like to. How was
I've been
my audition?
interning.
Yeah, I've been interning. May I have a job?
You didn't realize it, but I'm your best employee.
There is a Seinfeld episode where Kramer does exactly that. So
What? Oh, crap.
yeah, where he just pretends to work at a place and everybody starts treating him like he works there. He does nothing, though. All right, here we go. Would you rather from Austin? Would you rather help plan and execute a bank heist or a prison break?
Ooh.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like there's one of those that feels far dirtier than the other, and
what's more exhilarating?
Exhilarating, I think, would be the prison break.
That's
but
what
that's
I
not what
think,
I'm
too.
after. I'm
Okay, all right.
after money. So that's I mean,
not
it's
a lot of money in prison.
Here's your rewards. Ready? Your reward is either treasure and riches or a convict. Like, I'm going to steal a bad guy out of prison.
No, I'm thinking of this in terms of like, if you're doing the prison break, you're getting your freedom. Right?
Okay. So I'm in prison.
You're the convict, Jason.
Yeah. Otherwise, I'm gonna ruin your bank heist by telling you that you're already a billionaire.
Well, I figured that we're planning one of these things from the outside, planning how to break into a bank or planning how to break into a prison.
Right.
Would break into a prison?
Well, you got to break in to get someone out, right? You got to.
No, this is
think
Shawshank.
They'll just let you in.
You have a one way. You don't have to go both directions at a prison. All right, we're not gonna make it that hard. What do you think you could succeed at more? I think I could rob a bank today. Like I do. I think I could rob a bank right now. But a bank heist is more than that. A bank heist is like getting into the vault. It's it's executing a big plan.
Yeah, it's where you like
Jason breaks in and locks himself into a cell. That's what Al just suggested.
did it.
Did it?
Well, the great part is if I want to prove that I can escape prison, all I have to do is lock myself in there. Because then I will get out. They'll be like, sir,
Please leave.
You have to leave. And then I will say, did it.
There have to be people. You know how people have like weird fascinations or like things that they love? Mm-hmm. There has to be somebody who has that like desire to be in a prison cell when they're not guilty of something. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Like,
there's a lot of weird people in the world,
right.
So of course.
So somebody has been turned away from a prison like begging to get in, no doubt.
Oh yeah, it's definitely happened.
Mike, what do you think?
Of the ones, I mean, I feel like I would fail at both, but if the higher probability has to be the bank heist. I mean, a prison break,
It's
you
like
have to know,
no
like,
chance, right?
You got to know the ins and the outs of the guards switching, how the locks were. I mean, I have no clue where to even start.
There are 3 ways to break someone out of prison. Just little.
Great.
Let's take you through it. Okay. There's
Let's
through the air.
the wisdom.
There's through the air. There's underground, or there's in something. Okay. So those are the 3 methods. Either
okay.
They're out in their outdoor time, right? And you're gonna do the Batman fly-by hook. You know, you're going to grab them, and they're going to fly them out.
A lot. That
it doesn't happen a lot. That takes
Yeah.
money. It takes resources, and it takes a good meat hook to grab the convict and just fly him away. So it's tough. You don't want to like hot air balloon it because they'll get shot for sure.
Well, also, yeah, you don't know where you're going to lay it.
Let's just follow that, guys. I think we could get it back. Let's just follow the hot air balloon.
Can we stay here for a second? Because now you've begged some questions with the helicopter thing. How long of a rope could you have on a helicopter and still get somebody?
Oh, I think there's almost endless.
So you can go as high as you want. So like, I'm trying to think of the execution. If you have a long enough rope, you're looking for your buddy to grab the rope, and then the helicopter. Like, what's the risk to the helicopter? Getting shot?
Yeah, I would say guards shooting at the helicopter. I'm not sure if they would do that.
I don't think they would shoot at the helicopter.
Right. So, like, why aren't people? It's because of getting a helicopter.
Well,
that's the hard part.
That's the sole reason.
Also, the rope. You need a rope. Where do you get a mile-long rope?
Well, I think. See, here's the problem. If you get
he just
something
swings
that
you
long,
right into the fence.
If you're talking about a 5,000-foot rope, you're not going to see who's on that. And next thing you know, you're flying away with 12, 13 convicts.
You're definitely flying away.
You went, the monkey in a barrel fishing, and you've got a whole bunch of them hanging on.
And some are falling off.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean,
I think the rope does need to be a ladder. Holding onto a single rope is difficult, but a rope
What if you put
ladder,
knots in it? Like an old gym rope.
That's helpful. That's definitely helpful. I still feel like if
a
you
ladder
tell
would
me
be help, yeah. I mean,
I can
like Batman.
climb, Yeah, if I can climb a knotted rope or a ladder, I'm going to choose a ladder.
What about a swing?
Oh, that'd be nice. Like
Has
having
anyone
like
ever
seat-
done that? Has anyone ever done a helicopter swing?
What about like with a like
That's
a tire
great
swing?
question.
Yeah.
Put a tire on the bottom of that bad boy.
Oh, I mean, talk about safety. You got rubber at the bottom. If the rope breaks, I want a big rubber tire under me.
Huh.
Okay.
Okay, so anyway, you were saying that's the through
Well,
the air
that's
method.
just one method.
That's just
you
one
can
method.
go underground, which is you need Elon or some kind of digging system.
That's a popular method, the underground.
Well, Shawshank really popularized the digging out of prison.
How long did it take him in Shawshank?
I think like a couple of years, like 3 years.
No.
You don't. I thought you loved that movie.
I don't know. But I've seen other documentaries where people they've gone underground, and they've done that. Not just through like a single tunnel, but they can get down into the underworkings of the prison where there's, the heating and cooling and all that stuff. And then they go through those tunnels and find their way and dig up.
Right. Yeah. Eventually you do have to come up if you want to have it be a successful escape. If you just stay underground, that's considered prison. And then the third and final way is you bring something into the prison.
Like a big cake.
Exactly. You want this cake on wheels.
What about a horse?
or on a horse?
Well, you can't go inside the horse.
A
No, but the horse
Trojan
can
horse,
pull.
Mike. A Trojan horse.
Oh, I was thinking a lot.
Live
Just-
horse.
Not a real live horse that you climb in through wherever.
Sir, this horse was alive when you brought it in. Why is it now dead?
19 years in Shawshank, so we were way off.
19 years?
Well, that's how long he was in, or that's how long he was digging?
No, that was the 19 years to tunnel out. And by the way, I've always feared the idea of like the psychological damage of going like 10, 11 years of a tunnel and being found out right at that mark. And it's like, that's a long time.
I got to
You've always-
start over?
You
You've
gotta
always
start
had that
over.
worry, Andy. You've
I've always had that
this-
worry. It's
this
been
big
a
worry
big
of
part
yours.
of my life. Yeah.
I'm breaking.
Sharks and
I'm-
restarting my tunnel.
I'm definitely going in the bank. Look, it doesn't take that much in a bank. You just need.
But for like a bush league robbery, but like for an actual heist.
Do banks even have money anymore? That's what I don't know. Like, do they have much? Is it worth it? Is it like, okay, here's our $200 cash we hold now?
No, for it to be a heist, you have to be aware of a specific item that you are after in the vault. They just brought in a special diamond, or someone has, you have, yes, exactly. You have special
The
intelligence
crown jewels.
about what is in here, and you have to get it out. And so that becomes very difficult. Getting into a vault, getting to the right, box, getting that out.
You
I
need
don't know.
explosives, right? You need some sort of. You got to have a
Or a-
guy,
or
an
a
explosives
safecracker.
guy.
I think
Oh, okay.
I think I'm going full undercover. I would. My method is to make sure they don't know they have a true heist.
Okay.
Is they have no idea they've been robbed
Yes,
until
of
after
course.
it's over. I'm not going in with explosives and getting people. I am going in and I'm convincing them that is my vault. I go in, I take everything, and I'm out of there. And they think I'm a woman. That's a key part of this because.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't want to get caught afterwards, so I want to really be convincing. Like, I'm not sure if she was wearing a wig or not, but it was a woman, and then I'm
Interesting.
scot-free.
Isn't it? This brings me back. Didn't Mike try to dress up as a pig for one of these?
Yes,
Oh,
he had
yeah,
he had a
Spitballers
pig wig,
episode?
a pig wig in a bank heist, so that the DNA would not be human. Because then, Mike, they might go, I
threw
think a
everybody off
pig
my scent.
robbed this bank.
All right, I'm gonna force us to move forward here. I'm gonna go to Emma from Twitter. Environmental implications excluded. Would you rather live somewhere where it rains 300 days out of the year, or somewhere where there's never a single drop of rain?
Super easy for
So
me.
the environmental implications excluded. You're saying the facts that like you'd be flooded out or something like that, and is that what
Flooded
you mean?
out, or you have no crops. You can survive
Okay.
happily in either place. It's just
I see.
one of the places I'm not sure you could survive happily.
Sure.
Rain is awesome to us because we live in Arizona and it's few and far between, but rain all the time is like the most depressing thing I can think of. I would. I think there's
soggy.
Yeah, there's like a million things. I would rather live in a place that has occasional tornadoes, than every single day. Yeah, because you can, I mean, it sucks. I'm not like begging for tornadoes here, but I can go in a bunker. I can go, in the basement or whatever I need to do.
Yeah, but your house could get torn down.
Yeah, I mean, then I got a project. Then I got
I've been looking for something to do.
I got a to-do list today.
Rain is
Build a house.
Rain is a lot like I think.
Oh no!
I think snow is, where if you don't have it, it's novel when you get it, but it wears off real quick. Like even when we've had, it's novel in Arizona to get rain, and we love it because if you get 3 or 4 days of rain, cool. But if you go to you go 7-8 days of rain, we can't drive because our streets can't drain the rain, and
right.
You start to get, it's more depressing to be overcast all the time. And snow is like, oh, that's awesome, let's have a snowball fight, but you can only have so many of those, and you can only build so many snowmen, and then all of a sudden you have to scrape your car windows and you have to dig yourself out of your house. So I think I would go no rain.
Yeah, you have to. I mean, I think we could solve this in one word. If you're like, which place would I have to live? And that word would be pickleball.
Outdoor sports.
We play a lot of pickleball, and you cannot do that in the rain. So
No.
rain, go away. Don't come back another day.
It comes down to pickleball.
Yeah, I mean, priorities. Keep the first things the first things.
Okay. All right. Mike, do you have a final vote?
I really like the rain, but
You're only happy when it rains.
Yes, thank you. Good garbage reference. real current.
It was actually a garbage reference. Yes. Thank you.
Yeah, but you're just like always have an umbrella or poncho or you're just always soggy. I think it would get old. So I'm gonna go the no rain.
You guys know I watch Survivor, and
yes,
they have to do the overnights all the time in tropical storms, right? They're always in Fiji and there's tropical storms, and they don't have, even if you have a tarp, it's not perfect. There's nothing that I think would be worse than being soggy all the time.
Now, when you're in a rainstorm like that, do you get like the pruny fingers?
Oh,
are you that wet?
No, you get super pruny.
Oh, really?
Super
From
pruny.
rain?
From rain. Because you are just perma-wet. People are trying to sleep like in a ball almost, just trying to keep yourself warm. And you look at these people and their fingers, their hands, they're just pruny and wet and soggy, and it's like your clothes are permanently wet. You don't get dry. Think about it. If you dip your fingers in some water and then it rains constantly for 8 hours, it doesn't dry out. There's no drying. It's just perma wet.
I don't think I'd win Survivor.
No.
I think I would do poorly. Hearing just that, because I can't imagine that that's the worst they deal with is rain, but that was enough for me to tap out right
Can
there.
I add in some hunger? Can I add in some severe hunger?
I mean, either one is bye-bye for me.
You're not thirsty, though.
Right. They are well hydrated. All right, Christian from Patreon, would you rather consume 1 tablespoon of ketchup through a straw, 1 tablespoon, or eat 2 tablespoons of mayo off the spoon?
Easy peasy.
So this is a method question. Like is it worse to go through a straw?
Oh yeah,
it is.
Would it be
yeah.
difficult?
Is it the
like a
texture
milkshake?
difference?
No, it's not. It's not difficult. As in, like,
Or is it slow?
It's slow.
Right.
You're gonna feel every grain of ketchup coming into your mouth.
Ketchup?
Oh
What
yeah.
kind of ketchup are you eating?
I mean, ketchup through
What
a
do you mean
straw
every
is gonna
grain?
feel.
You got chunky?
You guys don't do chunky ketchup? Yeah, you creamy
It's
ketchup
called
fools.
salsa.
He's thinking salsa.
No. But like, you're gonna feel.
I've
I
never
said
had a grain of ketchup in my life.
I said grain because there is still a texture to ketchup. It's not water. You know what I mean? It's not like there is a.
But it's not
thickness.
grainy.
It's the same as mayo.
I feel
mayo
like
and ketchup of the same texture.
I feel like if you were to drink ketchup from a straw, it would feel more grainy. It would feel thicker, and the way that like a milkshake is grainy, it's not grains in it, but like
I think you just mean thicker, right? It's thicker than water.
Yeah, but I don't think you would feel that with mayo. Mayo's so smooth.
They're both the same smooth.
Ketchup. What is?
I think you're living in a really weird place, man. You need to talk to somebody.
I don't know. I feel like the only way to really understand this is to do it, and I am not.
Do you make your own ketchup? Is that what's happening?
Certainly, yes.
He mixes his ketchup with sand.
Yeah, I'm trying to. Maybe ketchup's smoother than I remember it. I do feel like there's thick ketchup, though.
I would argue that mayo is slightly thicker than ketchup because it has a little bit
too.
It has more of a, like if you use a fry, you dip a fry in ketchup, you come up with more ketchup than if you dip a fry in mayonnaise and you come up with like just a straight dip. You're getting more ketchup on the fry than you are mayonnaise, meaning it's more, it's got greater
grain
liquidity.
I'm really struggling here with my memory of ketchup because I really do feel like the smooth texture of mayonnaise, it's smoother than ketchup. Ketchup, now maybe you guys are buying like bottom of the barrel water ketchup. You're getting these things out of little McDonald's packets. I don't know.
Only one person makes ketchup.
Yeah.
There's two.
Wait,
Dr. Hunt and Heinz.
Yeah.
But listen, which one of those two, if you didn't shake it and you turn it upside down, are you getting drips of liquid?
Certainly ketchup.
It's only ketchup.
Yeah. You're getting the nasty vinegar, right?
Yeah, you need to mix it up, otherwise you get the liquid, and that's a big
the liquidity.
The liquidity.
Okay,
yeah.
let's take the size and the method out. Let's say it's the same. You have to eat a spoonful of mayo or a spoonful of ketchup first. Let's just start there. I would rather have the mayo than the ketchup by itself.
I think I go ketchup.
I am such a mayo fan, and I would go ketchup because I think mayo is just dense. It's like you're eating like a big egg spoon.
Yeah, you love ice cream though. That's even denser.
I mean, is that an option? Ice cream?
No, I'm just saying, like,
you love ice cream, so you would pick the mayonnaise?
My point is, like, the density of mayonnaise doesn't, like,
Mike can't handle Jason right now.
Do you eat yogurt, Andy? Have you ever had a yogurt?
That's a good texture.
That's
the same texture, yes.
So
yes,
if you
right.
love mayo and you like the texture of yogurt, I'm calling shenanigans on
you're right. I think you're right. Now, would you go spoonful of mayo or a spoonful of Miracle Whip, Mike?
Oh no! No! I don't.
Okay.
I don't understand the Miracle Whip, people. It's bad. It's bad.
Does it
mayonnaise.
change if you have to eat a cupful over time? Like you got an hour, you got to eat an entire solo cup full of mayo or ketchup.
Yeah, at that point, I'm worried about my calories. At that point, for a whole cup of mayo, like I can do a spoonful, 2 spoonfuls.
You'd have to
not
throw
have a heart
up,
attack.
right?
Yeah.
You'd throw up the mayo. You wouldn't throw up the ketchup.
Yeah, I would pivot to ketchup, but I think I would take the mayo in a spoon over ketchup in a straw. Ketchup in a straw.
Okay.
I'm telling you, you're going to experience it for a longer period of time. Even though it's less, every suck of that straw that just puts a little bit more ketchup in your mouth is going to be.
That's when you go tomato soup mode. You have to pretend it's tomato soup if you have to eat a lot of ketchup. All right,
I could drink a tomato soup.
Yeah, that's all you do. Mike is dying.
Oh gosh.
But the focus here is you have a bad ketchup memory and there's grains in ketchup.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we're moving on.
Spitwads, if you're looking for a gift for either someone special or for yourself, Majori makes fine jewelry for every day. They are fairly priced, handcrafted, responsibly sourced, and they are made to last. You're not going to find any blood diamonds or bad situations here. Everything from 14-karat solid gold staples, light as air hoops to barely there chains, so you can layer to your heart's content. They have sterling silver, pearls, diamonds, even wedding bands designed for everyone. Instead of saying it with flowers, try monogramming it. Make it personal when you get a free engraving or monogramming on everything from necklaces, signet rings, leather goods. They've made shopping for the perfect gift easier. You choose the gift, and they'll take care of the rest with 60-day returns, 2-year warranty, and gift wrapping included. And that is underrated because I hate wrapping gifts. And if you're stumped for ideas, you can find your match when booking a complimentary shopping appointment to video chat with a Missouri stylist, and you can get expert gifting advice. Visit Missouri/Ballers for 10% off your first order. That's Missouri, MEJURI.com/Ballers for 10% off your first order.
Spitballers to the rescue.
All right, we are into some life advice. Derek from the website says, my aunt is a very sweet person, but she is set on bringing me old clothes of her ex-husband every time I see her. I see her at least 3 to 4 times a year, and she asks me about them and if I wear them. Number 1, what should I do with the clothes? Number 2, what should I do with my aunt? Because this is a very common thing that when you reach a certain age, you want to be important in your own way to the world. And it seems clear to me that your aunt, if she asks about the clothes after the fact, this is one of the ways that she has made herself important in your life.
Yeah, it's really true. I know I have a couple of shirts in my closet that are one-time wears, and that shirt goes on when the person who gave me that shirt comes over. That's it, because it's uncomfortable.
I've got questions here. So apparently the aunt has been separated from the husband, but has still kept his clothes. Like, why did the person not take their clothes, first of all? That seems... Well,
wouldn't make it an ex-husband then. Yeah. She didn't divorce him after. She divorced him after he's dead?
If you go and remarry, I guess that's
not
never your ex-husband.
No.
What do you call him? Your
former
old
husband.
Old husband?
Former. Yeah.
Old?
Yeah.
That's the old husband.
My old dead husband.
That's what you call it. My old dead husband. Okay, I was thinking of my old dead husband. Okay, so ex-husband.
Just saying. So the ex-husband
No, that's a good question, Mike.
left their clothes there. And then number 2, the aunt kept the clothes.
And keeps giving them out slowly over time, not
Like,
in
it's a
one
drip
fell
campaign.
swoop. Yeah, it's like 2 pieces of these. How much? Yeah, that's a good point. Why didn't you just give them all? Then it'd be over.
This is weird, man.
One of the things that's not really
weird.
detailed here, but I would say makes a huge difference, is how nice are these clothes? You know what I mean? Like, are these...
Okay.
Maybe she kept these clothes because he's shopping, some Gucci high-end labels here, and she doesn't want to, spend the whole thing at once, and maybe you're getting nice clothes.
Was it part of the settlement? The divorce? She got some of his clothes?
You get the kids. You get the kids. I get the wardrobe.
What Derek seems to imply through the question of this being a problem, that the clothes are not wanted, worn, or good.
Yeah, that's true. I think what you do is you bottle it up deep down inside. You never say anything. You're just grateful. You have gratitude. You have a
Do you
box.
say you wore them all the time?
Oh, sure. Yeah.
You take
then
some
you're a
fake
liar.
pictures? You go out with some fake pictures? When you're out and about town, you put them on one day and get pictures for the year?
I don't think I care enough to do that. How close is this aunt?
Close enough that you see her 3 to 4 times a year.
That's
and
right.
She brings you her ex-husband's clothes.
So
is
not
bad.
close. So not close. This is not. If you see someone 3 to 4 times a year, and you're getting ex-husband's clothes, this is. I don't know. Maybe this is the opportunity that you need to change this relationship, to really depart.
What you do, it's very simple. You start swapping clothes. You start giving her clothes of somebody else's.
Your ex-girlfriends?
Yeah, you
It's got to be an ex.
No. I'm faking my death. I'm out.
That's the solution to the whole
I'm
many
sending
problems
a
in
text
life.
over. I have died.
I do think that's
This is an automated message from Mike's phone. He has expired. Please do not. That's funny. All right. Do not use my real name from Patreon. It says, I hired a family friend of 20 plus years to fix a plumbing issue in my home, but the work he did was completely shoddy. And when I questioned him about it, he got pretty offended and defensive.
Oh, no.
What do I do? Every day I arrive home in fear that I will find my kitchen flooded. I do have a real answer, but I'm going to let you guys talk because I know Jason's gone through this.
Yeah.
Number one is you need to get it fixed. Like, why are you living with the shoddy work? That's step number one.
But he already paid somebody to fix it.
Yeah, but it's not fixed. If you're
yes.
fearful that your kitchen is going to be flooded, you need to get the thing fixed.
When you
All
want to
right,
preserve
go
a
ahead,
relationship like this, you eat it. That's what you do. If you want to preserve, you don't go fight the person or build the awkwardness. You want to really save this relationship, you eat it. You go pay a regular.
Really?
You pay a. What do you mean?
Well, I'm
You pay-
saying like you
pay
don't.
another plumber to fix it, and then you're paying
Yes.
twice, but you're saving the relationship.
But I'm
know
saying
that saves a relationship.
Is this relationship worth saving if this person doesn't accept that they did bad work?
You're gonna dump a 20-plus-year-old family friend over this type of fight, Mike?
Well, they're clearly willing to dump it. How is it all on me? They're the one who did the crap work.
But they're going to be defensive when people do. Let me ask you this, Mike. Let's say I hired you to write me a song, and
Right.
it's an important song, and like I get it, and I'm like, man, this is not going to make the mark. I asked you to help me write a song for my wife, and I was going to give it to her for an anniversary gift, and I just don't like the song that much.
And
That's
then
rough. That's a good.
And
I'm
then- so
curious
you're
where
saying-
this goes.
I'm saying, is that on you then? If I come to you and say, man, I really don't like this song, you might be kind of defensive about your skills, your abilities. It might be my fault that I don't realize how good the song is.
Well, yes. Number one, it would be your fault that you don't realize the
There we-
greatness. But I would much prefer that you just say, "Hey, this isn't the song for me." I mean, it's a little hard comparing opinion,
right.
Because my opinion of someone fixing my plumbing like,
can be
it's-
proven better than your art.
It's fixed or it does not. It's
Yeah.
1 or 0.
Okay.
I mean,
I
to me, you have to get it fixed. You have to eat the cost. But I mean, I'm not gonna sugarcoat this and let this person just get away with it.
Yeah,
It
this
should work with
relationship's-
families and friends. You really
Oh
should.
my gosh, good advice, Andy. Good advice, and that's really the true life advice here. Don't use my real name from Patreon. There's nothing we could do to help you. You're done. The relationship is over because no matter what, you will always view this person negatively. I had this happen with us where we had a family friend that we used after we moved in to do a whole bunch of work, paid a whole bunch of money. It was all the worst. Like I could have had teenagers do this better. And it was like, what do you do? And you'll never. And then when you kind of bring some things up,
Well,
and
now
you're
what's
like,
the resolution of this? Yeah, what did you bring it up?
The resolution for us, yeah, we brought it up, and then it was like, well, no, I think this is okay. And then it's like,
Who said it was okay? The person that did the work, or you guys?
yeah, no, they came
They
in
stood
and
by the work.
I
well,
remember
they
all
came in
this.
and
I
fixed
remember
it
all
up
of
a
it.
little bit, like, oh yeah, sure, I'll fix this, and then but it was still trash, just awful. I mean, just straight bad. And I mean,
Super janky.
yeah. So it didn't work well, and that was the beginning of the end, right? I mean,
Is that relationship done?
yeah, the relationship's done. I don't
Wow.
really even know this person. Now that's not the full reason, but that probably is. Like in hindsight, I didn't realize like that was the actual genesis for the ruining of this relationship. So the advice to take away here is stop hiring family and friends to do professional work because you need to have accountability. You need to be able to say, you sucked at your job, do better. We have a friend, Kyle the Borgogan, who just moved here, and they had painters. They put a new carpet, and then they had a painter come in and paint their house because they just moved across the country, got a new place. Well, the painter painted all over the brand new carpet. And he was able to say, dude, you're going to eat this. You're going to replace my carpet. Do that with a family member. No, you're replacing your carpet. And then you hate that family member forever. Don't hire family and friends.
Yeah, that's 100% right. Because what happens is every time you do anything with family and friends, and this really even like extends to money and stuff like that, every time both parties, because you're friends, think everything is perfect in the beginning. Nobody presumes a problem ever. But when the problem happens, then that is a nightmare to deal with because everybody gets defensive. And you need to be able to fire somebody and you need to be able to get it fixed. Man. But in your situation, you've already done the deed. And if you want to keep the friend, you better just hire another plumber and never speak of it again.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just
Greg?
saying, is that an actual real friend, or has this person just been exposed for being a crap human?
Yeah, I mean the reality is they said it's a family friend of 20 plus years. I think this is more of like
that's easy.
Their close friend.
See
this
ya.
is like a close friend of their parents or something.
Oh, even better.
That is even better because
I don't have to deal with this anymore.
Yep.
It's
Rip the
funny because
Band-Aid
there are like I've had friends who I've known for 10 plus years who, when you get into a different sphere of life, you'd start dealing with money or you start dealing with their trade or something. You've never seen them behave in that way before, and so it's almost like you'd rather not know that because obviously if you got shoddy work, everybody he's been a bad plumber for 20 years and you never knew it. So, all right, Greg from Twitter. I want to go on a vacation. And I love my family. But I kind of want a vacation from my family for a few days.
A few days. Okay.
How do I make this dream a reality with as little friction as possible? Find a conference in your field. In your field.
This is gonna have to be a business trip.
Oh man.
You can't take a personal trip. You just
No.
It's not allowed. You don't go, hey, honey, I was thinking about I'm gonna go to Hawaii. But just by myself. I just need like a little me time. That's not
going to work.
I mean, here's the truth. What your trip is matters. If you want a good vacation, it has to be paired to a reason you have to go. So sorry, honey, I've got to go. You can go camping by yourself. She'll let you. You know what I mean? You want to go out in the woods and just rough it for, an overnight trip. That's fine. But like I said, you want to go to Hawaii, she's going to be like, not by yourself.
Which vacation?
It's pretty fair.
Oh, yeah. Just 100% fair. If you, right now, one of you guys, if you're going on a vacation by yourself, where are you actually going?
Vegas.
A place of guilt. A place where I can be guilty. Another place. Because I can't do it. I can't. It's like I don't think I could enjoy myself if I sneaked out for a vacation.
No, it's not.
You're saying, what would you do? What would you do?
You get full permission. You can go by yourself.
Okay.
This is a guilt-free trip.
Can I go
Where are you going?
sit in a quiet house somewhere? That's my vacation.
Just Airbnb, like right down the street.
Just inside.
This is the life.
I still, when I go by my parents' house and say hi to them, every single time I marvel at the silence. It's like...
of no children?
No children, no devices buzzing, no like... all the mayhem of my normal life. I walk in there and it's just silent. So I something that would let me do. The honest answer is I'd probably beach somewhere. I think that would be the answer. I think I could enjoy a solo day or two by the beach.
See, I think most of the vacations that I like are places where I would be happier with the family. Like go to Disneyland. That'd be so weird to go to Disneyland by myself. I'd be like,
it's not fun.
I would feel uncomfortable. I'd feel
You'd get reported.
Oh, I know. Every time I look at any family, I would feel like I need to be arrested immediately. Just some middle-aged man.
There's a solo. We got a solo here.
Or even the aforementioned Hawaii. Like I don't think I'd want to go by myself. That's where like I'm trying to think of a place where there's a reason. Like when I go to Vegas, I want to sit down and play a tournament. But I never can because that could take hours. That could take 4 or 5 hours, and I feel so guilty of like abandoning the trip, the party. So that's where I think I would enjoy being able to like not care about other people's time.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a really good question though. Like how could you go you can't really do any sightseeing and you'd be looking left and right wanting to show other people what you're seeing. Right?
Yeah, I mean this
check
person,
it out.
You gonna go on a European tour by yourself? I mean, you gonna go to New York and see all the sights by yourself?
Some people do.
Yeah, the ones that have the ex-husbands.
Yeah, I mean, Greg here says, he uses the word vacation, but he says, I kind of want a vacation from my family. So I think really the answer here is a quiet getaway. That's what it is. It's a camping trip, a cabin overnight, bring some books and just you have to make it the most boring sounding trip ever. And that's how you get, that's where it's okay to have me time.
I would also, if you really want to angle for it, find some relative that lives in some other state that you claim you're going to go visit and barely see them. That's your other strategy.
Okay.
I got to visit my aunt. She's almost, she's a goner soon. I got to go see her before she passes. She lives in, Honolulu. And, but if you want the dream to really become a reality, you could play someone's going to, my spouse would, if I laid hints out there, she'd be like, go do an overnight at a resort. Go get a massage. That would work. She'd do that.
I think I got another idea.
You look devious.
No, just genius. Look, you're working.
Thin line.
You can't. Yes. You can't take time off work right now. But you got these tickets for Disneyland or for wherever, and I want you to take the kids. I want you. It's okay.
Reverse. It's reverse.
Your vacation is just staying at home, and you send the whole family to a fun, all-expense-paid trip to wherever the heck they want to go. Get
Far
out
more
of here.
expensive, but easier to pull off.
You may have to send her parents with her too.
Sure,
that might be the goal. Wow, we figured it out.
We did.
But you could also take your family. All right, let's move on to the draft. Spitwads, you are listening to this podcast on a device, and sometimes it can be easy to forget the hardware you're born with. Jason, I'm talking about those 2 ears on your face head.
I've always thought that I had above average ears.
They're fine.
They're great.
Look, they're unique, and that's the point. Just like fingerprints, no two are exactly alike. And so, look, if you didn't pay thousands of dollars for high-end custom equipment, custom earbuds, you're probably not very comfortable because it's not one size fits all with your ears, yet they sell earbuds as one size fits all. So we're telling you about UE Fits. I got these earbuds. It's the most technologically advanced experience I can remember, where you actually put the earbuds in, they gently warm up, the light hardens them to the shape of your ear, and then you have perfect customized earbuds that fit. They don't fall out. They're comfortable. They're made for, Jason, they're made for your beautiful ears.
I mean, they're mine. They're my ears, and I want earbuds that fit them perfectly. I don't want them popping out every 2 seconds.
No. So if you don't like it, like you try it out and you don't like it, don't worry. They give you a 30-day money-back guarantee. This is so much cheaper than going in and paying thousands for custom equipment. Use the promo code BALLERS at ue.com/fits to get your pair of UE Fits for just $199. That's ue.com/fits, promo code
That
BALLERS.
is super impressive.
Yeah?
ue.com. They got ue.com.
Right.
That's incredible. A 2-letter domain.
That's it. See? Even more reason to love it.
ue.com/fits.
That's right.
The Spitballers Draft.
All right, we are looking at things we thought were facts, and a lot of these are things that maybe you out there believe are facts even today, but they're not. They're just made up, or things that maybe not made up. People thought they were true at one point in time, and they get passed down, and we all have these things. Especially the ones that discourage me the most are the ones that came from school, the ones that were taught to me, or the ones, you could bring up like the food pyramid and how great that was supposed to be for you.
Right.
Put them carbs up top there. So anyway, Mike, you have the first pick.
Yeah, I mean, this draft might as well be like, reveal how stupid you are.
Right.
But, so I'll kick this thing off. I thought it was true forever. Putting salt into water makes it boil faster. This is apparently not a true thing.
I do that every time.
I still do it every time, no matter what. And it's just a routine.
I thought there was science behind that.
Yeah, there's not. I mean, it is definitely a thing of like, it will help season and add some flavor to your noodles, but it doesn't make the water boil faster.
Oh man, that's good
And
to
so
know.
now do you still do it?
Oh yeah,
So when
Just
you
in
do it,
case.
you're also acknowledging. Yes, it's
just in case, man.
This can't cause any harm, right? It's my routine.
You know what? It's also very fragrant. Like I use a garlic salt usually when I'm boiling water.
Okay.
And you put
Well,
garlic salt.
if that probably makes it boil faster then, if it's garlic salt.
Does it?
No.
No, you got me again. Darn it, Mike. Oh, yeah. This is the gullible draft. All right,
yes,
so I'm
that's
up.
true. Yes.
Yes.
All right, this one is one that I came across a lot. You know, I genuinely always believe this, genuinely. And then when I stop and I think about it,
I'm so excited for these.
when I stop and think about it, I'm like, well, of freaking course it's not true. It's impossible. I've always known that ostriches stick their heads in the ground when they are scared. But
Right.
how could they, like a cartoon? Okay. But you can't just you can't just go and stick your head in the ground. You know what I mean? Like,
Wow.
and some of it's supposed to be in the sand, but that's just completely not true. Like ostriches don't do that.
they they never put their head in the ground.
They never put their head in the ground ever. That's not
Wow.
a thing. It was actually when I was looking at this, it started from like an Egyptian myth. Like there were drawings of ostriches with their heads in the ground, but
interesting.
that's not a thing. Ostriches do not put their heads in the ground.
That was
And
back
I've
when the whole
always
world
known that.
the whole world was mud back then. That's why.
I have taught that to my kids. Like, oh, ostriches are stupid. They, you get scared. They put their heads in the ground. I think when they get scared, they're probably just going to attack you. So
Yeah, and they don't need to be scared of much. Those things are nasty.
they are
I mean, they
powerful,
got
fast creatures.
giant claws.
Also, they are terrifying.
They're
When you
known
get-
as velociraptors of the modern age.
Yeah, their faces are disgusting.
All right,
And they want you to see that. They're
Well,
not
that's
putting that
what.
underground.
they're not nice. They're very ornery.
Well, except for jockeys, you can ride them.
That's true if you gain their trust.
Yeah.
Over 20 plus years of loaning them clothing. All right. This is the go-to for me because again, for me, when I was thinking about these, the ones that feel the dumbest are the ones that you base behaviors on for your whole life. And it's like an eye roll. It's because it's partially what Jason just said with the ostriches, where you're like, if I just thought about this for 2 seconds instead of just trusted what somebody said for 20 years, I would have been like, yeah, that doesn't make sense. But the one that actually affected my behavior the most has to be the fact that you would get cramps if you go swimming right after you eat. Because it was painted in my mind. I grew up thinking if I do that, I'm drowning probably within a minute. Like for some reason, if I got food in my belly, the water knows, and if the 20-minute timer, I'm going to get in that water and I'm going down to the bottom. And so for 20 years, I could have been swimming right after I ate.
Yep.
I know plenty of families that they would put on a timer. You'd eat and then
Yes,
they want to go.
we did too.
You put on this is serious. But you're telling me that there's no truth to that?
The reality is that your body, it was all built around the idea that when you eat something, how do you feel afterwards? Well, your body has to digest the food and it takes extra blood to digest it, but not enough to disable your arms and legs from working in the water. So that one is one that I functionally, and it's still, when you do something like this for enough time,
Right.
I still get the hesitation. Like if I eat a sandwich and I'm like, I need to give it a few minutes.
Because I mean, these are high stakes here. This isn't making your water boil. This is if you're wrong,
Yes.
you're dead.
Yes. So, and so my second pick, it's tough. There's a couple of ones that like, I think I can save. All right. I think I can save that one for later. So I know I'm playing the game here. I more want to
my
talk
friends
about
aren't
them.
stupid enough to think of this one.
I'm going to go with the one where, because I do it and because everybody wants to dissuade people from doing it until they need to make up a reason why, which is the idea that cracking your knuckles gives you you arthritis.
Yeah, it's on my list.
And I think this was made up by people who just didn't want people cracking their knuckles, which feels real curmudgeon-y. It's almost like somebody was like, yeah, tattoos give you cancer. Like, because I don't like tattoo. They don't like you cracking your knuckles. And it seems like it's probably bad.
Yeah.
Because it makes a sound. But
It's a bad sound.
Yeah,
So I have known that this one is a myth. I need your guys' advice here, like a psychiatrist, because I've known that this is a myth and that cracking your knuckles does not actually cause arthritis. And I had vetted that because I was curious once a long time ago if, when I was doing that, I cracked my knuckles. So is this going to cause a problem? And I
before
found
you
out
got
that
help and found a group, and
that was a myth. However, I still say that to my daughter when she cracks her knuckles. When she cracks her knuckles, I'm like, "Oh, you don't want to do that." There's like, that could be bad for you long term. I think I'm afraid that it's still true and that I'm lied to, that it's a myth.
Here's what I'll say: your phrase is fine. If you tell somebody they're about to get arthritis from it, that's a lie. But I don't think it's good for you long term. And there is some science that says it could weaken your grip or some of the muscle. There are some negatives that could come out of it, but there's not this whole like, if you pop it, you're going to be condemned to a life of arthritis.
Yeah, I thought the arthritis, and I also thought like it could make your knuckle bigger.
Swell, yeah.
And you could injure yourself. I mean, there's definitely that possibility. You could.
Yeah, don't go too.
Cracking your knuckles?
Yeah, you go too far, you break your finger off. I mean, that
rip
would be
it right
a
out.
real shame.
Okay.
No.
Right.
People crack more than their knuckles. I crack my neck, and people can hurt themselves cracking their neck. It's not something you want to mess around with.
All right, am I back up
You're back.
here?
You're back.
Oh, man, I have.
By the way, that's Harvard Medical School that says it does not increase your risk of any painful joint conditions.
Beautiful. Source matters.
Yeah.
I have like 4 that I just find fascinating or funny. I'm going to go with a fascinating one because this one is like just a universal fact. It's just truth. It's history. This is a known historical fact that is not true.
Okay.
Napoleon was not short. And I see Andy's face like, what? Napoleon was short. He was known for being... Yeah, exactly. Yes, he was. He was 5'2".
No, he's shorter than that, man. He was teeny.
He was teensy-tiny.
What's with Napoleon complexes? That's all about size.
I mean, there's a whole thing, except it's not true.
Come on.
Not true. Napoleon...
Is this coming from Napoleon himself?
No.
People like to make themselves taller.
He's really... His
big
PR
Bonaparte.
Yeah. Nice. No, so here's where the myth comes from. It's a kind of two-parter thing. First of all, Napoleon was measured at 5'2", which is very, very short. Except those were French inches at the time, which is different.
Frenches.
And so he was Frenches, yes. So in his actual height, he was 5'7", which at that time was above average height. He was actually taller than the average height. He's not a super tall person, but and where the rumors really, really came from was actually a cartoon artist, James Gilray. James Gilray had famous depictions of Napoleon as this super short, leader. But this just blew me away because when I read that, I was like, "No, you're wrong. Napoleon's short. I know it.
Fixable. That's
not fixable.
It's not historical fixable.
Where's the artist from?
British cartoon artist. So, of course, Britain smearing the French in that time period.
It was a smear campaign.
It was a full smear campaign. And so Napoleon is known as a super itty-bitty tiny guy with a Napoleon complex, and it's just not true.
That also means that without question, there have to be other historical characters that are kind of stereotypical view of them are just 100% false.
Yeah, you're going to tell me John Bunyan wasn't super strong now. Crazy.
John Bunyan?
Isn't that his name? Paul Bunyan. Paul Bunyan.
John actually was a weak little...
Yes, Paul Bunyan. Thank you, Mike. Actually, fact, it's not Paul Bunyan. His name was John.
I think you mixed... I think you were going John Henry and Paul Bunyan into the same person.
Sure.
Going with the tall
too
tales.
much credit. All right,
Maybe.
Mike, you got 2 picks.
All right, I know the first one because I was into my 20s before I actually researched this. Did you guys know, or this is what at least I believed, that brown eggs were more nutritious?
I have heard this.
And they are like brown eggs and white eggs, very different things. Yeah, I didn't know why. I didn't know why eggs were brown.
It's
and
from
why
wheat
some eggs
bread
were
and
white.
white bread.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Like
That's probably why.
Do we bleach the eggs? What do we? No, it's just in fact that chickens with white feathers have white eggs, and brown chickens lay brown eggs.
So they're equally nutritious.
They are the exact same thing. There's just a different. It's just a different chicken. And I spent like the majority
now you got
of my
egg
life.
on your face.
Yes, I spent the majority of my life thinking that these were two very different things, and I don't. Can we buy these brown eggs? Are they going to taste way different? What's going? I'll just stick with the white eggs.
Yeah,
That's
did you
safer.
like one and dislike the other? Like, I don't like brown eggs.
I was nervous to
And
go
ham.
to the other egg. Yeah, but turns out an egg is an egg.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I don't know if I ever sat down and made a decision on that. I think I ate the eggs that were put in front of me growing up, but I can see how that makes sense.
But were you doing the cracking?
No.
Yeah, so if it's just an egg, you would never know.
But if I went to go and buy them, I might do the inverse now. I might go and say, I'm going to get the healthier eggs today. I'm going to get the brown healthy ones. All right.
We should do that.
What's your second pick?
All right. Man. The second pick, I'm going to go with this one is so funny, and it's just like this is probably just kids being dumb and trying to tell each other this. Did you guys ever hear the story that daddy longlegs is actually like the most venomous spider?
But it can't bite.
But they can't bite you because their mouth is too small?
Look, as the resident Spider-Man here, I have heard that. I have said that. I have heard my son say that more than 10,000 times in my 30-plus years of life here.
I have never heard that before.
Oh, yeah.
What?
Yeah,
Never.
They're the most poisonous spider. They just can't bite you.
Because their mouths are too small?
yes.
Yeah, teach
sounds
me, Mike.
really
What is
stupid.
what is the truth? Please teach me. I feel so dumb.
It's just not. It's not. The truth is
They're
a
harmless.
lie.
They're just
But
harmless
which part's a lie? They're just not venomous at all?
None at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just harmless. They're a super harmless spider.
They're the most venomous. They just can't bite you.
They're not great looking because they got them long legs, spindly legs.
Wait a minute. So they are just full not poisonous.
Totally
Can they
cool.
bite you?
No.
No, their mouths are too small.
Okay, so at least there's a half truth.
That's not true either. They don't bite you. They're harmless spiders.
They can't get because the legs are too long. They can't get to your skin.
They can't
That's
bite anything.
so funny that you both.
I can't
thought that.
believe that you
You're a
haven't
couple
heard
of
that, Andy.
idiots.
Yeah, I literally, my mind is blown that you haven't heard that because the amount of times that I've heard that, and I didn't teach my son that. He learned that from school. This is like, this is passed on for generations.
The reason I don't, because I was taught that they're harmless from an early age.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they
because
are
their mouths
harmless.
are so
Mouths
small.
too small to bite. But if they could, you
They
drop
get
that.
you. All right, I'm gonna go with one I thought of just before the show began because
Now,
What? Isn't it Jason's turn?
yeah, I was gonna say I would have let you go if this was a draft where I could steal something from you and it would matter.
okay, my bad.
but
I'm gonna
instead
go with
I'm-
something later when it's my
Okay.
pick.
I'm realizing as we go along, I have so many here, and you
Yes.
guys are drafting different ones than what's on my list. We have so much to learn and to teach on the Spitballers, but this
Yeah.
one's another one, kind of like the Napoleon one, that was just like, no, that's not true. I know that's not true because I know history. But here's a fact: Thomas Edison invented the light bulb,
Oh, yeah.
except he
No.
didn't.
No, he did
Thomas
not.
Edison did not invent the light bulb. Light bulbs existed way before. He just made a slightly better version. He made a light bulb, but like light bulbs were a thing. Light bulbs existed long before Thomas Edison came out with his light bulb, and it's just a universal fact in my world. Like if this was a trivia, who invented the light bulb? Oh, that's easy. I know that one. It's Thomas Edison. Except that is not true.
I don't believe you.
Exactly. Napoleon was short, and Thomas Edison invented the light bulb.
But Edison still gets credit, right?
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, think an Edison bulb.
Okay, I'm reading here that he didn't come up with the whole concept, but his light bulb was the first that was practical, affordable, and ready for home illumination.
Exactly.
So he's an innovator, not an inventor.
Exactly. He innovated.
He hit the market at the right time.
Yes.
Interesting.
Yes.
Interesting. I think that is very similar on things like the Wright brothers too, where like, there were lots and lots of inventors and people that were testing concepts, but they were like able to take it, right place, right time, right model, right innovation. All right, mine is very simple. It's the idea that I grew up with that all of our blood is blue. And and it's blue because when you look at your veins, it kind of looks blue. And then the second oxygen touches it, it turns it completely red. And so nobody ever sees your blue blood. And so I'm thinking I'm practically Klingon growing up with a different color blood inside you, and just any oxygenation transforms it completely, which is 100% false. Now, when oxygen goes into your blood, it does become slightly different hue of red, dark red, instead of regular lighter red. But it's just fake. And I feel like I was taught it in class.
I don't know how that's provable.
Because the second oxygen touches it, it turns red.
Exactly.
You need to go bruise your knee on another planet without oxygen on it.
I just realized how easy it is to prove that. Like when you get blood drawn, comes out,
into the bag? No, there's definitely some seepage.
There's a piece of oxygen in there.
A piece, a chunk, a big grain of oxygen.
Everything's grainy.
All right, I have to pick another one then, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
I don't like this one because I just found out it's not true.
Oh, that's the best kind.
What I'm reading is that you shouldn't pee on someone if they get stung by a jellyfish.
That was going to be my last pick.
It's on my list.
And if that's true, if the proper way, because according to the Cleveland Clinic, which is one of the most acclaimed clinics in the United States, the proper way to actually treat a jellyfish sting is with hot water. And they say that it's not even an effective treatment method, and it can worsen the sting.
Yes.
Which means that the fundamental thing here that I find humorous is how many people were peed on unnecessarily in the last forever.
That's
who came up with this?
Who started it?
Who was like, oh man, I got a good prank.
Dude, all you got to do is pee on it. That's what's so funny about this to me is that someone started a rumor that peeing on a jellyfish sting will help you, and people do this.
So I think what happened, based on that science, is that warm water helps and pee is warm. And so it felt better to have warm pee.
That could be.
But because urine has a different pH, it can worsen the sting or cause more venom to come out and actually be bad. But the warmth felt good. And it's
that's what's funny is when I was researching this, it's not neutral. It's actually bad to pee on it.
Yes.
And it's just funny to think about, like, there have been people who have peed on other people unnecessarily because of this lie.
And there are people that you're peeing on someone, you're like, I'm a hero right now.
Yeah.
I'm the one who's willing to do this.
That under that pretense, it's as helpful as you skin your knee, pee on it.
Yeah.
Right? It's just as helpful. It's just like,
we should start that rumor.
Okay.
Yeah. If you skin your knee, you should always pee on it. It cleans the wound. It's sterile. All right. So that was the pick I was going to take for my last one. You took it from me. So I'm going to go with one that I literally told my child this last week. And then I found out that this is not true.
Oh,
and this blows my mind because I know this is true. I've known it my whole life. It's science. But the ability to roll your tongue like in a this, like a U, that is not a genetic trait. That is not based on a gene that some people can do and some people can't. I have said that forever. I have always known that, well, it's just a matter of whether you have the gene to be able to make the little circle with your tongue. Nope. That's just, you can practice that and anybody can do that. That's what I learned. It is not a genetic trait.
Is that something proliferated by people who naturally did it and then didn't want other people to try? Like, it's just mine? I'm special. I'm special. Don't even try it. Don't even try it, man. Don't try it.
If you had the gene, you could do it. You can't do it.
Oh, wow. I didn't realize that was a.
Oh, I've definitely heard that.
Does that mean I can learn to roll my R's too? Like, because I can't do that.
Yeah, you definitely could.
That's not a
people
gene.
can, yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Can you do the double loop, Jay?
No, my wife can do that, but
Yeah.
I don't have the gene. So
No, that one's definitely.
yeah, that one is. I've tried. That's definitely got to be a gene,
It turns out it was actually a pair of jeans that if you put them on, then you could do it.
right?
All right, Mike, you get your final pick.
All right, which final one do I go out with? Well, I'll just go with one that is near and dear because I was told this a lot. That touching a toad will give you warts.
Mm.
It has
And-
I've always thought that there had to be some truth behind that.
And there is, in fact, not. And I don't understand. Like, where did we get in this world where it's like, don't touch that toad? Why? Look, he's got warts on it. It will give you warts.
Well,
It's a bumpy
it's
toad.
what it looks like.
Yes. I mean, that is human stupidity at its finest.
I
I'm
completely
going to touch that and I will get it.
Yeah, that's why I don't
understand how
touch
this
zebras.
one came to
I don't want
be.
stripes.
Like, if you see something gross, you fear it's contagious. You don't want to touch it, and so then I don't know. That it could easily be like a parental thing too. They just don't want their kids to touch a toad, so they just say it, and then they grow up believing it, and so then they just say it because not only are they not 100% sure if that's true, but they don't want them touching toads.
What you
And I
really shouldn't touch is a wart. If you touch a wart, you'll get a wart. That's
And
the real trick.
I had a wart on my finger at one time, and I fully believe that it happened when I picked up a toad at some point, and now I
Yeah.
have this wart that I have to get rid of.
Since we finished this, there are 3 that I have to bring up quickly
Oh yes, please.
that were all said and believed by me for many, many years. Number 1, chewing gum staying in your stomach for 7 years. The idea, somebody it was like, if don't swallow gum, and this is what we're going to make up to keep you from doing it.
So dumb, because if you just sit and think about it, of course it doesn't. Like, it doesn't digest, but it just passes like corn. It's just out.
Right. And the other one is shaving your hair, making it grow back thicker.
Yeah.
Growing
I've
back
got that.
thicker.
Yep.
Which not scientifically backed in any way. And then the last one is one of the go-tos that I still just by default can't live with.
Oh no.
And it's sitting too close to the TV ruins your eyes or gives this is somehow really, really bad for you.
That's got to be true. It just
Right?
user experience. Like, if I'm sitting right there, my eyes start hurting. That can't be good for me. I'm calling shenanigans on that one. Science.
Does anybody know if carrots, if you eat them, it actually makes your vision better? Is that a
No,
true
that
one?
was a myth. That was one. Yeah, that's a myth. Carrots do not improve your vision.
Can I
at all.
not go back and like uneat so many carrots that I ate only for vision benefits?
I think that it does have a vitamin in there that
It's
is
vitamin
good for
A.
eye. It's good for eye health, but it doesn't make your. But yeah, I remember being a kid like, oh, am I gonna get super psyched if I eat all these carrots?
Yes.
See in the dark.
Some of the ones that I have on my list that we didn't get to, if you touch a baby bird with your bare
Yep.
hands, its mom will abandon it.
Yeah.
Full lie.
I've lived that way many times.
We had a baby bird in our yard this last year, and I did everything in my power to make sure we did not touch it with our hands. We scooped it into a
Oh
box.
no.
Yeah, and it was just ridiculous. We just should have picked the thing up and helped it. Let's see, what else do we got? Milk increases mucus. No,
That's
it doesn't.
not true?
That is not true. You can drink milk
Come
when you're sick.
on. Come
Yeah,
on.
apparently that's
No,
now
that's
we're
true.
spreading new lies.
waking a sleepwalker is bad for them. You've heard that, like, oh, never wake someone when they're sleepwalking. Like, no, it's totally fine. They might not know how they got there, but that's not bad for them. And camels storing water in their humps.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I've definitely heard that one.
Yeah, it's just a big lump of fat. It's more like a food
Yeah.
storage.
Yeah, the one that made me sad was that elephant trunks don't actually work like a straw.
That's heartbreaking.
Like they pick up some of the water with it, but then they put the water in their mouth. They're not just like
Drinking through their-
like Dumbo putting the trunk in the it's right in the water and drinking that way. It's not true.
You'll also be really thrilled about this one, Jason. I'm sure you've seen it, but you do not swallow 8 spiders a year while you sleep.
I did come across that. I was very thrilled because any spider, propaganda, I'm going to believe. I'm a fearful spider hater. I also liked the whole a penny drop from the Empire State Building.
Right.
If you drop a penny from the Empire State Building, it could kill someone. Apparently, not only could it not kill them, but it won't even basically harm them. It goes so slow because of wind resistance that, like, it would be like, ow, what just happened? Maybe, but, like, it can't break anything.
Interesting.
Oh, and since we're just going through them, I will share the one more because this is actually practical. The odds of a coin flip, it's not actually 50-50. It's
51.
It's 51-49. You call whatever is facing up.
I did see
after
that.
they've done the experiments. So it's, I've always, tails never fails. Of
That
course,
actually makes it does make some sense when you think about it. Like if it's facing up, that there would be a chance that the way all humans flip a coin
right
has some microscopic difference. I guess that makes sense. So
I
that means you should start a coin on its side for a flip?
Oh,
How would you
interesting.
Would that
do
make
like
it 50-50?
more like a flick, like a hold flick situation?
Sure. Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean, that
maybe.
would make it perfectly neutral.
Well, no, it probably wouldn't because one side starts towards
With
the flick.
yeah.
So it's probably the same thing. The only thing that I can't wrap my head around with that one, because I saw that one, is like, okay, well, now is this for when you just let it land and see what's up, or is this the classic grab?
where you flip it over.
So now am I purposely accidentally taking the 49%? It's impossible to know.
Interesting. Someday we need to do some version of this draft where we all bring things to the table and 2 of them are real and 2 are fake, and we try to
You mean
convince-
liar, liar?
Yeah,
What a
that's
great
a segment.
Great segment.
All right. Let's.
I bet you guys would do great at that.
Well, let's close this down.
All right.
What did we learn today?
A lot.
Oh,
A lot.
man.
I learned. I did not know the Napoleon thing, and I do not accept it.
Yeah,
Napoleon was maybe up to my knee.
I learned the if you want to go on a vacation by yourself, you send the other people on the
So
vacation.
smart. That was really, really smart.
and I learned how gullible humanity is. If we
Yeah.
hear something, it is a fact.
Yeah, no wonder
Research
we
these
can't-
things, people.
We can't tell if something's real on the internet. We couldn't tell if something was real when people were just telling it to
And
our
you-
face.
and
We
you wanna
couldn't
know-
tell if something was real when people were saying just pee on it. I mean, come on, use a little common sense.
That's because we all want secret knowledge. Because when we hear it, instead of deciding if it's true, we want to go tell our friends that we know the secret. Guess what I just heard? If you
Yeah,
piss
could be.
on it, oh, dude, cool.
That really should be the answer for more things, though. Hey, just pee on it.
Yeah,
It's like rub some dirt on it. Just
that's right.
take a whiz, man.
All right, that is it for today's Spitballers podcast. Thanks for tuning in, listening, supporting the show. We appreciate each and every one of you. And guess what? We're going to make another show.
Yeah. Goodbye.
Thanks for listening to the Spitballers podcast. To see what other nonsense the guys are up to, check out SpitballersPod.com.